This is All Access MMA.
We got Rick Glenn back here on the program, who's finally going to be back in action at UFC Fight Night on June 19th. He's going to be taking on Joaquim Silva. Rick, what's up, man? How's it going?
It's going great. Just in between practices, going for a cruise.
For sure. I see you're on a nice bike ride. Is that something you've always done, or did you just sort of pick this up?
Yeah, I've always been riding, more, cycling now. I just like to do it in between practices and floss my legs out, take care of my body, get some fresh air.
Good stuff. I got to ask, I was checking, I think it was Tapology or Instagram. I saw you go by Ricky now. Is that confirmed, or do you still prefer Rick?
Yeah, that's my name is Ricky, so I guess I go more by Ricky now that I've moved back home. Originally I stopped. I think I was in like second grade or something. My dad had a girlfriend that her name was Ricky, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not Ricky anymore. My name is Rick."
Okay, gotcha. So, do you want people to call you Ricky going forward? Because I can start this trend today. We'll stick with the Ricky as opposed to the Rick.
Ricky, that's my name.
All right, sounds good, Ricky. Appreciate it. Obviously, tough luck with what happened back in December. You got COVID. You were out of the fight. What exactly happened there? Do you know how you got COVID or anything like that? Sort of looking back.
Well, it was kind of crappy because obviously the fight got canceled because my cornerman and I that came along got tested positive in Vegas. We drove back. We actually hiked most of the Moab, Utah, the Arches National Park. We hiked most of that the following day. So we left on a Thursday, and then we got back to Des Moines, Iowa, Saturday morning. We took another COVID test, and we were negative. But one of my cornermen that was supposed to come along, he had tested positive before coming, so he might have given it to us, but it was more like a cold. So I'm not sure. Unfortunately, had to postpone the fight. And I was ready to go. I thought I was going to fight in January. I told him, nothing in February because we had our baby.
That's right. Congrats, by the way. I was going to get to that, but congratulations on being a dad, man. You must be happy with that.
And then, so I was hoping March or April, and then they said May maybe, and now we just finally have something scheduled. So I've been staying ready the whole time. And
now this is the dad version of Ricky Glenn here is there anything different? I know we've heard of Dad Cerrone and some other father things. Like, how has life changed for you with fatherhood?
I feel like I have a new laser focus on life. I guess I've kind of tightened things up and eliminated some of the wasteful time things, and just been better with my time, I guess.
Okay. Let's talk about your opponent here, Joaquim Silva, 11-2 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I don't know too much about him. I know he's been off for over a year, I believe. He's probably good with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, being a Brazilian guy. Mm-hmm. But he looks like a buff little dude, little strong guy. But I don't want to give too much away. But I've been working really hard, so looking for a good performance.
Yeah, and also with you fighting at lightweight now, don't have to worry as much on the weight cut, right? I'm sure that's going to be a bit easier too.
Yeah, my weight, it's kind of a good thing, I guess. I've had such a long layoff because I've been able to adjust with my weight, just kind of fluctuating and balancing out where it naturally should be, so I don't have to cut so hard to get to 45, because that was pretty tough for a long time. And I mean, it had been at least 5 years where I was contemplating moving back up, and it didn't happen. And I'm glad to finally move up. I think I'll perform a lot better not having to cut so hard.
Yeah. Training camp, you talked about it there. You're back home. Who are you mainly getting to work with back home in terms of training partners and coaches?
Victor Marino, Tyler Brandt, really good wrestling coach. I'll work in the Grandview wrestling room sometimes. I got a little brother that wrestles there. So I got a couple younger brothers that are good wrestlers. And then a handful of pretty solid training partners. Johnny Case actually came back to Iowa. He was with PFL, and he had some issues over there, and unfortunately they let him go. But he's back here now, and so he's hopefully will be a a good consistent training partner for a little bit until he goes back out to Vegas.
Yeah, well, that's great. UFC vet, obviously very good fighter there, Johnny Case. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Victor Marino and Tyler Brandt.
Nice. And how do you see this fight playing out on June 19th?
Me winning. But, yeah, of course, me winning. I guess it depends on how hard he's going to come forward. He does seem like a pressure fighter. If he runs, I don't know, maybe a decision. If he comes in hard, I'm TKOing him.
I imagine, with all the time off and bad circumstances, you want to keep fairly active this year, I would imagine, just to sort of make up for lost time, or you just see how this fight goes?
Yeah, I was going to try to hop on a short notice fight as soon as possible after I last fought. And, I stayed ready the whole time for week of, 2 week of, whatever short notice fights. Since I had that hip surgery 2 years ago now, I just feel a lot healthier. I'm taking care of my body right, recovering good. I guess I'm just in a lot better place. I'm not just kind of hanging on. I think I am ready to jump in there, short notice stuff and make a splash in the division and take it as far as I can.
And also it's easier now not having to cut to featherweight. I'm sure you can take more short notice fights. The weight cut won't be as big of a deal.
Yeah, I think so. I'm a little bigger, but I feel healthier. And, I'm not focused on keeping my weight down. I'm just right now I'm maintaining what I would be walking in the cage, what I think I'd be walking in the cage. Usually is what I do a month out.
Okay. Gotcha. And then in terms of downtime, we know obviously dad duty's taken over most of that. Do you have to get up at night for your son, or does your wife do that? Like, how do you guys figure out the schedule? Because for me, when I became a dad, my wife, I took the early morning shift and then would take the evenings, and my wife would do overnight. How do you do it?
So we were doing so at 7 weeks, we luckily a good friend, a mentor of ours, gave us or recommended a book. And it's, a sleep schedule type book. So we got into a good routine right away. And, he's eating every 2 to 3 hours. So we got that timing right. And he would just wake up once. So it was like 10, 2, and then 6 at night. But I get the evening feed and then the morning. And then now he's, I guess it's been over a month now. So he's 3 months old now, but at 7 weeks we started letting him sleep through the night and timed it out to where now we're both getting about 8 hours of sleep.
Nice.
So he'll go to bed like 9:30 to 10, and then he'll sleep until 6:30.
Awesome. Well, that's good. No one's going to sleep in this fight, or maybe there will. We'll see what happens. It's UFC Fight Night coming up here June 19th. Rick, appreciate the time, man. Or Ricky, I should say. I got to get used to that. Just let people know where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, I'll give you the floor.
All right, thanks, James. Hit me up, Instagram, Gladiator MMA. I got a webpage, rickglennmma.com. Thanks to the gym I'm training at, Absolute MMA and Fitness, Victor Marino, Coach Tyler Brandt, 7 Second Coaching, Combat Corner, Black Tire Bike Shop, Marshalltown, Iowa. I'm in the Des Moines area quite a bit. You guys are around, come train, check out the gym. Hit me up on social media.